interested on. So we deserve to understand where this blockchain is coming from, where it is heading to, and its native token. What the impact of the blockchain will have on the price of the token moving forward, so that you can actually be advised accordingly as we move forward. Of course, my name is Haron Yeriki, for those meeting me for the very first time. For those who have recently joined Coresage, you have not met me here on this meeting. So my name is Haron Yeriki, live from Nairobi, Kenya. It's always a pleasure learning with everyone here, getting to interact, expanding our networks and territories. It's a very exciting episode for tonight. So if you have a pen and a paper, you may consider maybe taking a few notes here and there if necessary. So make sure you stay tuned up to the end. As I said earlier, our episode for tonight is not going to take very long. I want this meeting to be as short as possible, but then detailed as well. So you're going to allow me to share the screen so that I can explain a few things, and then we are going to be done for today. Now, remember, for those who have recently joined our meeting, for those who have recently joined our business, so just allow me to put someone here. Okay. Now, just to bring you up to speed, please, once you join our meeting, make sure you're muted so that we don't have any interruption as we keep learning. So make sure as you join the meeting, make sure you are muted, unless you want to speak something, unless you want to ask, or unless you want to say something. Now, for those who have recently joined this Coresage business, just to bring you up to speed, we do have a meeting every Saturday, or whenever we don't do meetings on Saturdays, we do it on Sunday. So we have one meeting happening over the weekend, and the meeting that we do over the weekend is a presentation for all the new people. Those who have joined the business, who want to understand how the business is working, those who are actually coming to listen to the business for the first time, we have a meeting that we do every weekend, every Saturday or Sunday. So make sure you invite your people whenever we do those meetings. And midweek, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, any of those days. But as of now, our meetings are scheduled to happen every Wednesday. So whenever you know it's a Wednesday, you know it's actually a moment of learning technicals, getting to understand the technical part of this business, so that you also get to understand the business as we keep moving forward. So make sure you attend all these meetings every Saturday and every Wednesday. Now, having said that, we all know core as a layer one blockchain. Let me just get to this. So let me search. I just want you to layer one blockchains. Let me just write layer one blockchains, because core is one of them. Let me just search so that you see the kind of blockchains where core belongs. All right. So first of all, when I'm talking of layer one, of course we have layer one blockchains, we have layer two blockchains, we have layer zero. But basically, mostly we interact mostly with layer ones and layer twos. So when I'm talking of layer one blockchain, it means this is a blockchain that has the whole ecosystem on its own. So that means it is a network on its own. All the products and the services for that particular ecosystem runs on the same blockchain. Let me give you a scenario. When we talk about layer one blockchains, we have, let me just give an example. We have Bitcoin is actually the first layer one blockchain. Only that Bitcoin is not EVM supported. All right. So you cannot build smart contracts on top of Bitcoin network. So Bitcoin can only run on Bitcoin, but Ethereum support the concept of smart contracts. So when I'm talking of smart contract, it means another token can be built on top of Ethereum. Okay, and we have even blockchains which are built on top of layer 1 blockchain, and that's what we call layer 2 blockchains. So the difference between layer 1 blockchains and layer 2 blockchains is that layer 2 blockchains cannot exist without the layer 1 blockchains. So the layer 2 blockchains are derived from layer 1 blockchains. Okay, let me give you an example. There is a network we call Optimism. I know some of you have heard about it. Optimism. We know of Arbitrum. Okay, we know of base blockchains. All these ones are blockchains which are layer 2 blockchains built on top of Ethereum. Okay, so without Ethereum, base cannot exist. Ethereum, Arbitrum cannot exist. Optimism cannot exist, among other several layer 2 blockchains which are built on top of Ethereum. Okay, now we also have other blockchains which are built on top of Binance Smart Chain. Okay, Binance Smart Chain was also developed using the EVM technology, which was actually brought about by Ethereum in 2015. So if I was just to give a few examples of blockchains that you know, which are in the same category as Ethereum, includes but not limited to Binance Smart Chain. As you can see here, we have, of course, we have Ethereum, we have Solana, we have, let me see if I can have other examples here. Layer 1 blockchains, blockchain list. Let me see if I can get the list here so that I can read for you. So you can see here, layer 1 blockchains. First of all, you can see Ethereum is here, Solana is here, BNB chain is here, Avalanche, Near Protocol, Tron, Polkadot, Cosmos, Sui, Aptos, Hyperliquid. If I was to scroll like this, you're likely to see CoreDAO here. So if you were to look at all these blockchains, they depend on themselves. So for example, the core that we are talking about today does not depend on Ethereum, does not depend on Binance Smart Chain, does not depend on other blockchains. So that means it's a blockchain on its own. All the products for CoreDAO, which includes number 1, staking, okay, the proof of work that actually happens on the blockchain. We have the proof of stake for those who actually want to stake their tokens. They are all using core network or core blockchain rather. Now, when it comes to gas fees, all tokens or all smart contracts which have been built on top of core blockchain, they use core as gas. So that means that is increasing utility for the core token. Okay, so core as a blockchain has several features. Number 1, of course, we know of staking. We know staking. And if you actually go to stake.coredao.org, you're going to notice something. Let me just show you here briefly. So you can be able to stake your core, even though the rewards are really little, but there are people who actually do staking here. Okay, let me see if I can. Yes, now you can see already, even as we speak right now, over 327 million core is staked on the core blockchain. Okay, you can also see even Bitcoin is also staked on this core blockchain. Remember, core is the only blockchain which is very linked with Bitcoin. Okay, it's actually meant to improve the scalability of Bitcoin. So we have Bitcoin, we have core staked on the core network. Okay, now having said that, that's one of the utility for the core token. Okay, we have staking as a concept. And when I'm talking of staking, for those who have never heard of staking simply means when you put money in a fixed deposit account in a bank, okay, where you lock your money. Okay, let's say, for example, for you to understand this concept of staking very well, you have some money in your bank account which you are not using. So you have saved your money in the bank. Now remember, your money, when it is in the bank, it just sleeps there. Okay. Now, if you were to commit that money, you can actually lock it for some time. And when you're locking this money for some time, you are simply giving permission to the bank to take that money for that period that you are locking it, to go trade it or do business with it. Once they make the profits, they are going to share. They, of course, they will come give you back your money, and they are going to share some profits with you in the process. So staking actually works the same way how fixed deposit accounts work in the case of banks. So you have some let's say you have some 200 core, which you can actually do without for the next 1 year. For example, you can decide to come and stake it here. So when you stake this core, it's now going to be added on the 327 million core, which you already see here that has been staked. So all this core that has been staked here is like it has been removed, or it's not going to be actively being traded in the market for like 1 year. So that means it is actually going to reduce the amount of tokens which are being traded actively in the market, and that creates scarcity. So now, because of that, you are going to be earning a very small interest on that. Now, of course, when you do all that, the gas fee that is going to be applicable here is core as a token. Now, another thing I would want you to know is the SatPay which is coming. Remember, SatPay is a product that is going to allow Bitcoin holders to stake their Bitcoins and also core to earn Bitcoins and core as a collateral in the process. And that is going to be bringing a lot of Bitcoin holders in the ecosystem. Okay. It's going to be bringing a lot of Bitcoin holders into this system. And of course, if that is going to bring Bitcoin holders, it also means we are going to be tapping into the Bitcoin liquidity in the market. We all know Bitcoin has a total market cap of $1.2 trillion. Bitcoin has a market cap of 1.2 trillion market cap. So if Core is coming with a solution which Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Solana has not been able to solve, and the problem is Bitcoin holders can be able to stake their Bitcoin and they can earn some yield, they can earn some interest, and they can get a profit without necessarily selling their Bitcoin. That's a solution which most blockchains have not been able to unlock. Okay, they have not been able to unlock that potential. So what's going to happen is many people who are holding Bitcoin, instead of having their Bitcoin sleep in their wallets without them earning anything on top of what they are holding, they are actually going to delegate, or they are going to stake that Bitcoin. Just like you, let me just assume you have money in your bank account. You have money in your bank account. This money, you are not using it. Perhaps you are saving it for your children for the next 5 years. You want to use that money, maybe you have saved it for a project that you're going to do in the next 5 or 10 years. And then now you sit down and look. This money that you are saving, okay? First of all, someone confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. I just want to confirm.
I can hear you, sir.
Perfect. All right. Just wanted to confirm. Amazing. So I'm giving a scenario here. Let's assume you have some money in your bank account which you have saved for a certain project which you want to do in the next 5 years. Okay. So you know for sure you don't want to use this money for the next 5 or 10 years. What is the best thing that you can do? Instead of letting that money sit in your bank account without giving you any interest, you're going to lock that money in that bank account in your bank for, let's say, for the said period. Let's say, for example, if you are sure you are going to do without that money for the next 5 years, you can decide to lock it, or you put it in a lock savings account for 4 years, so that within those 4 years your money is generating some interest. So you're going to earn something on top of what you have saved in your bank account. So Bitcoin holders, many Bitcoin holders, they actually hold Bitcoin for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, 20 years, or even for 3 years. So that person who is holding their Bitcoin, as of now, as it is today, there is no way you can make a profit if you are holding Bitcoin without selling your Bitcoin. For you to make any profit, you must sell the Bitcoin that you have for you to make the profit. But what is Core doing here? Core is changing the game. Core is coming and telling us that you don't have to sell your Bitcoin. So they are bringing now a technology where if you have your 10 Bitcoins and you want to hold it for, let's say, 5 years or even 10 years, you don't want to sell it for the next 10 years. Instead of letting your Bitcoin sit in your wallet as you wait for it to appreciate to give you a profit or gains, instead of you letting your money stay idle in your wallet, you are going to delegate it, or you're going to stake it, and you can of course be able to unstake it anytime should you wish to unstake it. And you are going to be earning some core as a collateral, like you're going to be getting some interest in terms of core. You know what? That is going to interest many Bitcoin holders. Who doesn't want to be paid in core just for locking their Bitcoin for some time, for, let's say, 6 months, for 1 year, for 2 years? Within those 2 years, you still have your Bitcoin, but you're still earning interest in terms of core. So the interest you are earning now, you can go and sell it. Who wouldn't want that kind of an opportunity? Everyone will be interested. Now that this SatPay is actually targeting the Bitcoin holders, it makes everything even more interesting, because many Bitcoin holders will be interested to come and lock their Bitcoin in Core network. So as they do that, what is going to be the ripple effect? One, Core is going to get more publicity. So more people are going to know Core. And when they know Core and they see the kind of technology they have deployed here, they will see the potential of Core rising in value in the future. Okay? And when they do that, when they realize that, they are going to start buying. So now, if everyone is going to start buying, because they have seen a lot of potential in the coin going forward, that alone is going to pump the price, because it's going to increase the demand of the coin against the low supply of the token. All right. So the demand is now becoming higher than the supply. So what is going to be the effect? The price of Core will start going up. Now, when Core will start going up, you will also come to notice that Core as a blockchain is one of those blockchains that have the biggest community. I was telling people the other day that Core as an ecosystem has a community of over 69 million. Actually, I had wanted to show you that. Let me see if I can be able to get those details. I show you. Where did I use to get these details? I'll actually find. I'll try and find those details before I end this meeting. I was telling someone that Core as a blockchain has a community of more than 69 million. He was actually doubting. Today, I'll show you so that you know, if the value of Core was to start pumping, because the community of this particular project is massive, everyone will wake up from wherever they were sleeping. All right. So everyone will get to know that Core is now rising. Because the community is huge, you will find more people now starting to buy the Core. That's why I've been telling people, the moment Core will start pumping, it can easily pump from where it is to even $5 from nowhere, and you will not believe it. Why? Because it has a very huge community. Besides the several products it has a very huge community. Now, before I look into that, let me show you another thing that I think it's important that you get to know. Now, something you need to know about layer one blockchains, and I'll share with you from the experience I have seen from some of the blockchains I've interacted with in the past. Okay. Now, let me just talk of the most popular blockchains. You saw Ethereum, you saw BNB chain, you saw Solana, you saw Tron. Let me just go to CoinMarketCap here and show you something. All right. So when did Ethereum begin? Let's see. Let's see here. I want to show you. So this is Ethereum. Remember, I'm actually sharing this because Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Solana, Core, they are all layer one blockchains. They have a lot of similarities. So I want to show you what is constant for Ethereum, for Solana, for what? For BNB, okay? So that you see it is highly likely to happen with the core in the coming days. So look at Ethereum. So first of all, when did Ethereum begin? Ethereum began in 2015, as you see here. When did Bitcoin? How long did it take Ethereum to hit all-time high? Let's see. The last time Ethereum hit all-time high was around $4,700, and that was in 2021. So between the time Ethereum began and when it hit all-time high, how long was that? That was about 6 years. All right. So Ethereum started in 2015. It took 6 years to hit all-time high. Okay. All right, as you can see, it started with whichever price it started, it kept going down, up, up, down, up, down. It went up at some point up to, I don't know which price was this. This was, let me see, it even went to $795. And then again, it went back to below $100, from $700 to $100, you know? Yeah, sometimes I even see it went even below $100, and then all of a sudden it went all the way up to $4,700. Okay, and today, as you can see, it is trading at $2,000. But the bottom line here is, how long did Ethereum take to actually hit all-time high? It took 6 years. Okay, let's check for BNB. Okay. BNB as of right now is trading at $616. So when did BNB start and how long did BNB take to hit all-time high? Let's see. So BNB started in 2017, as you can see here. How long did it take to hit all-time high? This was actually in July of 2017. So this is the time it hit all-time high. Let me see. That was $1,293. That was okay. That is when it hit all-time high. It took how many years? It took those are 5 years plus 3. It took 8 years to hit all-time high. But I want to take you back a little bit. Before it hit all-time high, it had hit all-time high first of all in 2021. Let's see that all-time high in 2021. What price did it hit? It hit around $400, as you can see here. Okay, actually it hit 500 and something dollars. No, $600, as you can see here. This is 2021. It moved from 0.1. Let me even not talk of the latest all-time high of $1,200. Let me talk of the $600. This was achieved after how long? From 2017 up to 2021. That was achieved in 4 years. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it should be 4 years. So BNB took 4 years to move from 0.1 to $600. Okay. Now, Let's look at Solana. Remember, all these blockchains have one thing in common. They are all layer one blockchains. So let's see Solana. You can see Solana here. When did Solana start? And how long did it take to make one major milestone? As you can see here, Solana started in 2020. Yes, 2020, and the price was $0.8. Now, by 2021, now for this one, it took only 1 year, from $0.8 to $247. Okay. Now, then again, it dropped from there because we had a bull run in 2021. That's why it moved from 0.8 to all the way to $200. Then it went down again to $20. Can you imagine, from $240 to $21? Actually, you can even see it went even to $9. This is 2022. And remember, in 2021, it was which price? $240. Now, many people at that particular time were complaining that Solana is now dying. They never saw the opportunity to buy. Like I tell people, Core was once trading at $6. I've shared the screenshots all over. The price we see today, 0.02, is more than an advantage. It's a very big plus for you who wants to buy now, because you are buying low, and when the moment this coin will actually make a huge jump, you will not believe that this coin was once trading at 0.02. When I'm telling people upgrade to higher levels, maximize right now so that you can earn unlimited number of core, you secure a very good mining rate at a cheap price. Many people actually don't see that as an opportunity. But you know what? When the value of core will pump, and of course, in most cases, when it pumps, it doesn't announce that it is pumping. You just wake up one morning and you find this coin is trading at $0.4. Then all of a sudden, $1.5, $3.5, like that, and so on and so forth. That's when you will realize that you had a gold mine opportunity of actually upgrading yourself when the price was low. Because have a look, this is a token, this is Solana, that went all the way from, let me just show you these ones again. This was 200 and what? This is about $230. Okay. This is December of, is it December or November of 2021? Then all of a sudden, let me see when this was, when it came all the way to $9, around this time. This is actually the next year, just 1 year later. Solana was trading at $11, $9 there about, from $240 to $9. Many people actually thought Solana is now ending. But you know what? Wise people, those who knew what was actually happening, accumulated a lot of Solana when this price was cheap. Then all of a sudden, they waited for the next bull run, which was happening in 2024, 2025. You can see it moved from $9 to again $237. So it went back to where it came from. Okay, and you can see it dropped a little bit again. Then again, it went back to $228. Then again, it has come back to $81. And of course, we know it will still get back to where it came from. Okay. So when you look at all this is actually Solana. If we were actually even to take, if we were to assume the 2021 bull run, Solana took from 0.8 to, let's say, $240. It took from 2020 to 2024. How long is that? 4 years. Okay. But now when we look at core looks a little bit different. And if you were to ask me, it's a very good opportunity for us. Okay. So let's look at core. Core has a different approach here. And the graph looks a bit different, and I'll tell you why it looks different. Okay. So this is the core that we are talking about. So core as of right now is trading at 0.02. This is the token that we are earning every day from the smart contract called Coresage. So this core, if you were to look at the graph for core, This coin was once trading at $4.7, as you can see on this particular graph. Okay, 4.7. Now, at one point, I can remember this period. It traded from 4.7. It came back to, you can see it came back to 0.8. This is 2023. It went back to 0.80. It even went to 0.4. Okay, 0.3, like that. And then all of a sudden, again, it pumped to $2.5, $2.6. It went back to, now from 0.3 to 2.5, and then again it dropped. It has been dropping, and the reason, of course, why it has been dropping is because there are people who mined the core through the Satoshi app, and they were getting their airdrop every month. So they were selling until 2025. That's when the airdrop ended. So right now it's actually on the accumulation phase, as you can see here. It doesn't pump very hard. It doesn't dump very hard. But you know what? You don't even need rocket science to see that one major jump for CoreDAO is going actually to make many people retire from this particular business, because one major bull run that is coming will make this graph move from where it is, and there is a high possibility that it can even go to where it came from, that is of $4.7, and it can surpass. It can go even beyond where it was in the last bull run. Why? Because the airdrop already ended, so no massive dumping is happening. And if I was just to add something little on that, core started in 2023. Now let me take you back a little bit. It took how long for Ethereum to move from $0.5 to $4,900? It took them between 2015 and it took them 6 years. For BNB, it took them 4 years to hit their all-time high. For Solana, it took them 1 year, but then it dropped again. And within 3 years, is it 3 years, or let me just call it 4 years, it went back to its all-time high. It started down, it went up, it came down again. After 4 years, again, it went back to where it hit the all-time high. So when you look at core, how long has core been in the market? From 2023 up to now, it is 3 years. So if we were to work with, if it was actually to work with the trend or the period, the other tokens have taken. Ethereum took 6 years, BNB took 4 years, Solana took 4 years. Most of the coins which have started actually have taken between 3 years to 6 years in between. So if we were actually to give it the maximum period it can take, if it was to take long like Ethereum, for example, to even go back to $10, for example, where it came from, that's around $6 or thereabout. It's going to take it, if we were to add 6 years from when it started, 2023 plus 6 is how long? 2029. So we're actually talking of counting 2 years from today. So if we were to count 2 years from today, if we were to work with, if core was to follow the trend BNB, Tron, Solana, BNB has followed, because all these are layer 1 blockchains, it is highly likely that core can actually hit $10 or even more by 2029. But then, of course, as I've always said, it can even happen before then. You have even seen BNB took 4 years, and when BNB was pumping, it never made any announcement that it is pumping. So you're just going to wake up one morning and you will find your wallet that was reading $200 is now reading maybe $25,000. Okay, so that's actually what we are looking at. So if you were to look at this CoreDAO system, the CoreDAO, the whole ecosystem, if you were to ask me, it is the next BTC. It is one of those coins that have the potential of giving you the gains, the amount of gains which BNB has given in the past, Ethereum has given in the past, Bitcoin has given in the past. If I was to look at utility tokens with a lot of use cases that is very strong at the moment, I will always choose core again and again and again. I'm telling you, without blinking. I have a lot of trust in this project. I don't know when it is going to materialize, but I know for sure it's going to materialize. Those people who are going to be patient with this project, you know, the problem we have, most of us, is that we don't have the patience. You invest today, you want the returns under 1 year, as if the traditional business you do can give you those kind of returns under 1 year. So we don't have that patience. If we can have the patience of waiting for and imagine we are not very far off. 2029 is not very far. It might look like it's far, but it's not. And you know, again, anything can happen between now and 2029. But assuming we were to give ourselves up to 2029, it's not a very long period that you can tell yourself that you cannot wait. It is too long. No, it is actually a period that you can wait. So if 2 years can actually change your life, why will you on earth not wait? Honestly speaking, there is something I'm trying to look for. Let me see if I can get it. Because I really wanted to display it here for especially for people who actually don't understand how massive CODAO network is. Okay, let me actually try to okay, I think I'm going to, so that we save on time. I've ended my presentation, but there is something I will show you before we end this particular meeting. I just want to appreciate everyone who has been on this call. I believe we have learned something. So far, so good. Even that person who has joined this business, he never trusted this project as such. I'm very sure you have learned something that will keep yourself going as we keep building the business and as we keep educating our people. I believe we have learned. So I just want to open the floor for someone who may want to add something, who may want to share something they know about the CODAO system, the CODAO and the core token, especially people who have been here for quite some time. There are people I know here. We are doing this project together, who were actually mining the core inside the Satoshi app. And you can remember, if you were there, how difficult it was accumulating even 10 core during that period of Satoshi era. It was very difficult. Myself, I had referred a few people. I managed to collect only 277 core at that particular time. But it was good money at that period. All right. I collected only 277 core at that time. So you can actually give yourself, you can give us your experience. How many core did you collect? And you can tell people how difficult it was collecting even 10 tokens. People mined for over 2 years in core, in the Satoshi app, and they collected like 50 tokens. Some collected less than 100 tokens, and they mined it for 2 good years, and they were mining it on a daily basis. Of course, that one alone tells you how scarce the project was, how scarce the token was. So I would want you to, if you want to share anything in regards to that, what you know or what you think of this token, of this ecosystem, as we keep building the business. This is your moment to share something, or if you have any question you could want to ask at this particular point in time, I will also want to welcome you to ask any question before we end the call, as I try to get some information here which I want to share for the purpose of clarity. So right, so let's start with Geoffrey Ogut. I can see you and he's up. You can unmute. Tell us if you have a question or you want to make a contribution. Geoffrey?
Hello. Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Now, let me say this. You have spoken about collecting core on the Satoshi app, and I remember you are one of the person, you are the one who introduced me to that project. And yeah. I remember I managed to collect 50 core. So it wasn't his a search. So that's what I wanted to also to make people aware that I collected the core coin from Satoshi app. So that is it. Thank you very much.
Amazing. And I can actually remember it like yesterday, how we were actually struggling collecting core. We were actually setting alarms. And of course, you are one of those people who are very resilient with that particular project. We collected peanuts, but it was some money. And remember, considering that was our first airdrop that we were engaging in, we could gladly say we did our best, and it gave us some of the experience that we have today. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing that insight that you participated and you mined 50 core for 2 years. That was
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
All right, all right, amazing. Who else wants to share their experience with core? What do you know of core? What do you think of core? What can you advise? What can you tell the rest of the people? You can actually raise up your hand, and I'm going to be allowing you to speak. There is some information I'm looking for, so that I display before we end this particular call. Okay. Yes. Any person who wants to speak, you can raise up your hand before we end this meeting, as I get this information which I'm looking for. All right. Okay. There is some information I'm looking for. Yes, I think I got it. Now that we don't have someone who wants to say something, let me just proceed to share the screen. I show you these, guys. Let me show you this. Perhaps some people have been taking this project for a ride. Let me actually show you perhaps a reason. Someone tell me, can you see my screen? Someone shout to me if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen, sir.
Amazing.
I can see your screen. I can see your screen.
Okay. Now look, where I've actually gone
I
to.
can't see the screen, sir.
Everyone should be able to see my screen as of right now, unless you have a problem with the network. You should be able to see my screen as of right now. But of course, if you don't see the screen, we will be able to share the. All right. Thank you for confirming that you can see my
Can't see
screen.
your
All right.
screen. Can't see your screen.
Okay. So now, where I am. Okay, we can all mute. Let me just mute everyone, so that it can be understood very clearly. All right. So, allow me to mute a few people here. All right. So now, let me show you something here, guys. Now, where have I gone to get this information? I've gone to, let me just go back and show you. Okay. I have gone to, let me add this person. All right. I have gone to scan.codao.org. Actually, this is the blockchain for core. All right. This is the block explorer for core blockchain. All right. So you can see here, you can see the market cap, you can see how many tokens are circulating in the market. The latest block, you can be able to see how many active validators are on the blockchains, and you can be able to see all the tokens that have been released via the mining. All right, the mining through validation. Now there is something I want to show you before I show you the community for core. Now, do you know, are you aware, people who do something we call verifications of transactions on the blockchain, and for you actually to qualify to do verifications of transactions on the blockchain, you will need to be approved by the CoreDAO team. And I hear the process of approval it's like next to impossible. Getting to become a validator in the CoreDAO system is actually next to impossible, right? And now, if you become a validator, if you verify or if you validate one block on the blockchain, the reward you get is actually 2.6 core. Can you see here? I want you to see the latest block, which has been released here 1 minute ago. It has been validated by Animoca Brands. You can see how many rewards did this person get, the Animoca Brands. He got 2.6 core. Now, the next block that was also validated 1 minute ago was validated by BTCS SA. He also, how many tokens did he get for validating that blockchain, that transaction? 2.6 core. You can see the next one, 2.6 core, 2.6 core, 2.6 core, 2.6, 2.7, 2.6, like that, and so on and so forth. Now, who are these people who are earning these 2.6, 2.6, 2.6? These are those who actually secure the CoreDAO network to become secure. For us to be able to send core, to receive core, to transact without any problem, the validators have to be there. And how many validators are active? As you can see here, there are only 21. These are the ones who make the whole ecosystem run effectively without a problem. Now, can you imagine if someone is to be approved to become a validator and is getting only 2.6 core for every transaction they verify? I don't know how many transactions one validator can verify in a day, but I don't know. I know it's not very many. Perhaps these people are earning like 300 to 500 core per day. Okay, that is someone who is a validator who has been verified by the CoreDAO team, who earns between 300 to 500 core per day. And for them to actually be able to do that, they have to have their computers, their nodes running 24/7. So that also means there is a cost inclusive. Before they mine this core, there is a cost, the cost of electricity, okay, to verify these transactions on the blockchain. Now, you can imagine how scarce this core is. If you were to ask me, honestly speaking, I will tell you, if they're earning 2.6 core, then that 2.6 core is not worthy what they are actually working for. But you know what? They are still working anyway. They are still validating the transactions anyway. Why? Because if the value of this core was to rise, for example, to $5, these people will still be earning the 2.6 core that you see they're earning here, 2.6 core. So this is actually similar to the mining rate we have in Coresage. You see, I've been telling you, the mining rate in this business is actually everything. Why? Because even when the value of core will go up, you will still be earning that number of core that you are earning. Same case applies to these validators that you see here, who are verifying transactions on the blockchain. This 2.6 core they are earning, they will keep earning it until the block rewards reduces. The only difference between us and these validators here is that for the validators, the rewards keep reducing every year. I think every year they adjust it a little bit. It reduces by, is it 3.6%? Yes. The rewards keep reducing by 3.6% every year. So that means maybe after 1 year, they will start earning like maybe 2.4. The reward will reduce to 2.4, maybe it will reduce to 2.3, 2.4, 2.2, 2.1. It keeps adjusting downwards. So we are actually on the advantage that we have a very permanent mining rate, which you can actually earn. Whether the price of core goes up or down, that's none of our business. We stand a very good chance. Now, something I wanted to show you, how big is the community? How many people are holding core in their wallets? Let me show you. And this is actually data in real time on the blockchain. So I'm going to go to the blockchain section and I will go to the top accounts here. So if I click on these top accounts, I would want you to look at this now. It is reading as follows: top accounts by core balance, and you can see more than 69,430,360 accounts are found to be holding core in their wallets. Can you imagine, guys? How many people are holding core in their wallets? More than 69 million. When did all these people buy this core, or when did they get it? Now remember, during the Satoshi era, when we were mining this core through the Satoshi, as I told you earlier, many people were actually mining this core. And the number of people who are actually mining this core, we were more than 70 million people. But of course, there are people who received their call. Some sold and they quit. Some some decided to keep some of it. So you can imagine what I'm trying to imagine right now is the moment this call will start pumping, okay? Because you see, all these people, that the 69 million people you see here, were once following this core token, especially at the time when it was listed. But now, when it started dumping, many people gave up and they disappeared. Okay, and I know some of us are victims. We were actually following this core, but when it kept dumping, you sold all your tokens and you forgot about it. But you know what will happen? The moment this core will start now pumping, perhaps it goes back to where it hit all-time high last time. Most of those people who are actually aware of the cause, some of them will actually wake up to check their wallets if they can be able to sell. Some of them might not even sell. They might now be convinced that this core will keep rising, and they might be convinced to buy. Now imagine if all these people, everyone was just to buy core worth $5, just $5. How much market cap do you think core is going to go into? It's crazy. It's actually crazy numbers, And if you were to add now the community, the number of people holding this core, add SatPay, the liquidity for Bitcoin is also coming into place, then I tell you, it's a matter of time. Most of the people doing Coresage, as long as you are accumulating core, as long as you have secured a very good mining rate, your retirement day is coming. Because the moment this core will pump to, let's say, even $5, $10, $15, $20, the amount of money you could have accumulated, even if you were to decide to sell all your holdings by the time the price hits like $15, it's very possible that most of the people in this particular community will be able to retire honorably. They will not have any problem with finances going forward, and that is going to be a total game changer. As I told you earlier, my main mission, my main legacy is the number of lives I want transformed because of this opportunity. Remember, as we always say, a leader is actually supposed to impact the lives of the people he leads. So right now, for me, my main intention is, as much as I'm working to improve my life, I'm also working to make sure that I don't change my life alone. I'm actually doing it also to support other people, so that when we are becoming successful, when I will be celebrating, I will not be celebrating alone. And remember, even if you were to get all the money in this world, if you are not actually enjoying with other people, that money is never even interesting. So it becomes more interesting when you win with a team, when you have colleagues who will be appreciative of what you've been able to do for them, because people will have changed their lives because of you. That is why I will never get tired of sharing this opportunity, because I don't know how many lives I'm going to touch out there. Those people, one day they will remember you for the rest of their life, because you changed their lives simply for sharing this opportunity with them. So that is where I stop for today. And as I said earlier, I believe we have learned something from this training for today. And I wish you all the best as we keep learning, as we keep pushing this business, as we keep accumulating more. But I can see Ebony Mohammed. Do you want to make a contribution? Ebony, are you there? Do you want to make a contribution before we call this meeting off? Okay, Ebony, we can't hear you. John Mukuresoi, do you want to make a contribution?
Yes, how are you?
Yes, I'm
Hello,
good.
everyone.
We are good.
Yes, Mr. Yariki, question.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
I
hear
have
you.
a question on my side. We're trying to to the friend now on the side, it is not sharing.
When you want to share the link, Are you talking of sharing the link with someone?
Yes.
Okay.
The link doesn't appear.
Okay. Have you ever okay, when you are trying to copy, does it write for you copied? Does it display copied?
No.
Okay, this is what you do. I've myself
Yeah.
experienced that several times. Now, you will notice when you log into your system, sometimes the system takes a few minutes or a few seconds to load the data for it to show everything in your back office, in your account. So if you're going to log in and you go straight to copy your link before all the data has been loaded and has been displayed, you will click on copy, but it will not show anything and it will not copy. So what you do on that particular point, the best thing you do is give it like a minute or two, let it load all the data. Once it has loaded the data, you will click on copy and you will see it is indicated copied, and now you will be able to paste. And if it takes time, you can refresh, click on the three dots at the top, refresh, and then give it like a minute or two to load, and then copy the link and be able to share. Now, in the worst case scenario where it does not allow you to copy at all, what you do is this. You know your ID number, okay? When you log into your account, you will be able to see your ID number. So you can actually get anybody's link, just copy that link and then remove the ID at the end and type your ID, because now you know your ID. That will be enough link that someone can be able to use to register. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you, John. You're most welcome. All right. Ebony Mohammed, are you still there? I believe you want to make some contribution. You can unmute and proceed to make your submission. Okay, Ebony is not there. Lebari, you want to make some submission, Coach?
Yeah, I want to make some contribution. I don't want to just 1 minute. What I'll advise everyone that here is another financial breakthrough for everyone, and everyone here just think like a ant. Do you know when ants when ant there is a dry season, ants will go and fetch food. When ants go and fetch food, it's like Usage, the same thing like Usage too. We go and fetch food. When raining season, the ants now we keep those food that used to keep is that time you're going to be eating because you know that the rainy season have started. So now, Usage now the God now is when ants is going, is in rainy is when ant is going. During that time it was not raining. And when the Coresage, when the coins get to the price go to, let me say it go to $1, everybody will say that let me use this for example. I'm doing mining up to today in Litecoins, but I don't give the update anybody. I don't give the update. I'm doing Litecoin so far. I'm doing mining so far. And when I was started that mining, Litecoin was nothing to call about. Litecoin now is 56,000. Is it $56 now if you check Litecoins? That is the power of mining. That is another power of mining. So take the business serious. The business will guarantee you success. The business will save you from the shackle of poverty. If you understand what you are doing, keep referring people, invite people, and you are good to go. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Coach Lebari, for that wonderful submission. Thank you very much. Segun Renuga, you have some submission you want to make? Segun?
Sharing something. So this is sharing Ibadan. Submission. This Coresage. I want to. I think there's It's necessary because of the people we ought to be referring. What is the assurance that this Coresage project will last? And who are the founders of Coresage? That's my question.
All right. Thank you, Segun. Now I will refer you to some of the answers. I've already actually answered that question several times during our meetings. And there is actually a video, if you go watch it, it's a video of about 6 minutes. I have already recorded personally, and I've answered that practically. So I would want to refer you to it, because if you watch that video, you will 100% be answered. So go watch the syllabus videos. I've released some videos. There are about 6 videos. And the videos I talked about, the founders, the sustainability. There is a video I released, and the title for that video is Sustainability of Coresage. All right. And if it's possible that Coresage can run for 20+ years, I actually gave all the reasons, and I did a very good analysis. So if you are in our group, you can actually, the syllabus has been shared several times in our groups. Go watch that video, and it's going to be your questions are going to be answered. If you don't have those syllabus videos, ask in any of our WhatsApp groups. They will be shared to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Segun. Thank you. All right, Joshua, I saw your hand up. Do you want to make some contribution, Joshua from Ghana? Joshua, you can unmute. Let me see if he's in. Joshua, I saw your hand up, but apparently I cannot see you again. Okay, I don't know whether it was network problem or what. All right, I believe he will be back here. This is my leader from Ghana, wanted to make a submission, but I can't see him anymore. All right, Mikey Dollar, Mr. Mikey Dollar, you can unmute, proceed with your submission.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My own problem is just that I've been in this contract, like, let me just say, over 1 month now. I'm from Nigeria. But my major problem is that how can I join the group? That's my own problem. Because I've not been into the
You're
group.
not in any of our WhatsApp group?
Yes.
Okay. You have the contact of the person who referred you to the business?
Yes.
Yes. Please ask him to send you the group link, the WhatsApp group link.
Okay, sir.
Yes, yes. Ask them, they will share the group link to you, and you'll be able to be part of it.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. Amazing. Joshua, I wanted Joshua to speak from Ghana, but I can't see him again. Ebony Mohammed, are you still there? You wanted to make some submission before we end the call? Okay, Ebony Mohammed is experiencing some network problems. So I want to thank everyone for being here up to this particular point. Remember, every day is a learning day. We keep learning. We never get tired of learning. We keep building this business. We never get tired of building. Keep accumulating, keep stacking, keep accumulating as many core as possible. You have such an awesome opportunity of actually helping you accumulate as many core as possible, and you have no limits on how many core you can actually be able to accumulate from this opportunity. So give it your all, do your best, keep building, keep sharing, never get tired. There is nothing that will happen to you if you share this idea with people and they don't join. They will not beat you up. The worst thing that will happen is if you share the business with people and they don't join. But if you keep sharing, you keep sharing, you keep sharing. If someone doesn't join, another one will join. If the other one doesn't join, the other one might join. we keep moving like that, and that is the nature of business. So thank you everyone for making it this meeting a success, watching up to this particular end. Of course, I want to appreciate your dedication, your determination on this business, and I want to tell you to keep up the spirit. Every Saturday, every Wednesday, whenever we have these meetings, make sure you attend. So I want to give a big shout out to all those people who have made it up to this end, and I'm going to be mentioning just your names as we end this particular day on Wednesday. So Abdurrahim, Adebayo, Samuel, Alex, Samson, Adetunji, Blessing, Charles Atumba, Chidiebere Uduma, Chijioke Nwamini, Chikaudiri, Rosemary, Chinyere Okocha, David Dobkid, Ebony Mohammed, Okon Edidiong, Esther Alome, Eva Bitange, Friday Atandi, Georgina Brandon, Ishaya Yakubu, Jeff Defis, Jerotich, Pamela, Joseph Uchena, Julian Obonyo, Lekan Amusa, Mr. Mikey Dollar, Nwafo Ifrahim, Ogan Modede, Olawumi, Oluchi Pamela, Segun Orenuga, Susan, Victor Kyoko. Thank you very much, everyone, for making it a success. Up to this particular point, we are going to be meeting on Saturday for the next presentation. So thank you very much, and have yourself a good night.